Hi, it's Pietro with Peepo Sound. Here's an example of how I listen when I'm editing and processing music and narration for storytelling purposes. In this case, it's a podcast. So first I'll play the example and then I'll talk about it.
Do you remember being a 4-year-old and just having so many questions?
What Papa doing?
This?
That.
This.
Yeah.
Third order.
What that?
Not knowing how everything works, but being full of curiosity and wonder?
For the put in the ear.
It's not for plugging your ears. It's
knowing that I was sort of this creative kind of child who was always found just reading books in random places, like climbing a tree, reading a book, living in these creative, imaginative worlds.
But then
now
we grow up.
So we can talk about the music for its metaphorical value. This music suggests intimacy through its use of hand-played acoustic instruments, because hands and handwork symbolize touch and craft and being careful and physically close. The music is also undone with this reverse effect at the end. So we have this swell over here, timed with these voices here.
Worlds.
But then
now
we grow up.
So this by itself is just a reversed bit of this music, which suggests a kind of unraveling of adulthood, unraveling of the innocence of childhood, however you want to think of that metaphor, right? And this is kind of a melancholic feeling that we're supposed to have here. And so the music unravels with this delay. We have a delay over here that is picking up the notes of the guitar at the end here. You can see a send here. And then the reverse. So both those parts being fed through this delay here, which it's highly equalized, meaning we're only hearing a kind of radio distant affected version, suggesting kind of like fading into distant memory is how I think of this delay working.
these creative, imaginative worlds.
But then
now
we grow up.
And we're left with this unraveling distant memory is the way that effect works. We can also describe a sound by its formal traits, the qualities that are independent of cause or meaning. So usually we think of voices, for example, as speaking words. We listen to them semantically for the factual information that they convey, but we can also listen to voices musically. So if we listen to...
Not knowing how everything works, but being full of curiosity and wonder.
Okay, so this voice is obviously saying words, but it's also a musical melody.
Not knowing how everything works, but being full of curiosity and wonder.
And tapping into the musicality of this voice, it matches well with the music. It almost sounds like she's singing.
Not knowing how everything works, but being full of curiosity and wonder. But being full of curiosity and wonder. But being full of curiosity and wonder.
Yeah, it almost sounds like she's singing. So listening to the formal traits of the narrator's voice allows me to find suitable music and also suggests how the music track should be edited and timed to the narration. And this part in particular, I found a good spot where the guitar melody, I had to figure out where is this guitar melody going to come in, because up until this point, the guitar is just playing this pattern. And then all of a sudden the guitar melody comes in. Da 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 da. And so I timed it to her saying the words full of curiosity and wonder. How
everything works, but being full of curiosity and wonder.
time it there because it supports the metaphor. A child's mind and spirit blooms with curiosity and wonder. So it made sense to time the guitar line there, the guitar melody blooming at that spot in sync with the narrator saying curiosity and wonder.
How everything works, but being full of curiosity and wonder.
And then that's where the kid comes back in.
For the put in the ear.
It's not for plugging your ears. Right. And it's not that this was all planned from the beginning. My process is more about recognizing the formal traits that are present in the given material so that I can select appropriate accompanying elements, music, and nudging and shaping everything to fit together better. So anyway, the point here being that listening to formal traits of the material allows me to figure out how they should best fit together.